A story we first told you about last night on News 46. A follow-up with new information as a majority of the Woodbury County Board of Supervisors have called on Jeremy Taylor to resign from his seat as supervisor. So what happens next? Taylor says he will step down from his position as vice chairman of the board, but will not vacate the seat he was elected to serve. Woodbury County Auditor Pat Gill has called on Iowa Attorney General Brenna Bird to launch an investigation and take court action if she deems it necessary. Now, under Iowa law, to have Taylor removed, the Attorney General and county attorney or 5 registered voters would have to bring a claim in court. So there are no recall petitions in the state of Iowa. Chairman Matthew Ung told constituents just last night the other supervisors have no authority to remove Taylor, but they could pass a resolution calling for an investigation.
Future. I'm a little surprised to hear that he is going to serve out the remainder of his term. Because, as I said, I don't know how you can do that when you know that 3 of your fellow Republican board members have publicly called for you to resign.
As a reminder, the government says Taylor is an unindicted co-conspirator in his wife's scheme to alter 2 elections in order to get Jeremy Taylor elected. Taylor's wife, Kim Taylor, was convicted on all 52 voter fraud charges in federal court just earlier this month. While Taylor himself has not been charged, the government wrote in a trial brief that he promised 2 other elected officials he could deliver them votes in exchange for campaign donations.
Year or so is going to become more and more frustrating for fellow board members, and we'll see what recourse there is for us. But again, this is a situation that has, been put upon us by the actions of Mr. Taylor and his wife.
KTIV did reach out to County Attorney James Loomis about the petition to remove Taylor. Loomis said at the current time he is focused on a murder trial and will provide any updates at a later time.